thing.
My little. What was that movie with?
Welcome to another Woods Report.
Is it for real now?
The system. Let's try it now. Yes, it's live now. See, if I don't see that, it's not live.
Really?
Yes.
But I thought you're supposed to see the people.
No, that's on another page. This YouTube is like, wow, man.
When you was talking,
we can't load you up.
You was
sorry. And then, but yet they'll tell everybody we live. And we're not. We're not live.
You were talking about my little phone and me pressing the button. I remember that movie Harlem Nights with Eddie Murphy. And,
he kept shooting.
And they was shooting with their big guns, and he would pull out the one gun and go boom,
boom. All right, so we are actually, well, let's see now. All right, here we go. See, here we go. If I don't see this, I'm not live. See that? All right, so we are actually live now. So I was basically saying, I know they probably did hear some of the stuff I was talking about.
Okay.
But I was talking about how I have honorable mentions. Of people that...
That's what this page is, right?
Yeah, it's now a whole big show about it, but I might jump back and forth between it. Mm-hmm. But basically, Kyrie, over the weekend, Nike sent him a list of things that he has to change if he wants to be able to still play.
Now, wait a minute, clarify. Nike or the NBA?
The NBA, I'm sorry. You're right, the NBA. Mm-hmm. And... a lot of people making comments about he don't need to do that. He don't need to bow down. Yeah. And it's always people who are broke.
Yeah, man, you don't let the man.
Yeah,
you don't let the man. They don't tell you what to do.
Yeah, and they have no job. Or when they go to their job, they tell them what to do.
You're not the boss of me. You ain't the boss of me.
Right. Okay. And they have jobs that they go to, and they literally yell at them and tell them what to do.
They the boss of them.
Yeah. Harold, get back to work. And he going back to,
He fussing under his breath.
But he want to tell Kyrie what to do.
Man, you the man.
Yeah, you the man. Don't listen to them.
Don't listen to them.
Don't back down. Stuff like that. Yeah, the man,
Okay, go ahead.
So that's the same ones that said if it was slavery, they wouldn't be.
I wouldn't let nobody tell me, call me.
Right, yeah.
Go bail that cop. I would tell him.
Yeah. If he hit me, I grab the thing and do this. Yeah, those are the same guys.
Okay.
That guy.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that's telling Kyrie not to say nothing or take nothing. So, and I don't know because he kind of lulu like Kanye. Yeah. So he might listen to everybody.
Is there some mental concerns with him? I wonder.
I don't know, but he might listen because
or is he just defiant.
We'll see. Is he going to take the deal? I might have more respect for him if he takes the deal.
Okay.
Because that means he's not a Looney Tune. But he got sense enough to know.
I don't know because this is dealing with his career,
right?
Because he did act stupid about not doing the vaccine or the shot, right?
No, but he stood his ground, remember? Yeah. And he stood his ground.
And that was optional still.
And that was optional.
You didn't play. You didn't take a shot.
They didn't tell him you can't play no more.
Yes.
And you out of the league if you didn't do it.
Yeah.
They just said you won't be able to play the game until you do it.
Because they tested him each time he played, right? He had to be tested. He just didn't want to do the shots.
No, they didn't let him play. Remember? You had to...
Because I thought they make you get tested, though. As long as we see results that you're
negative.
I don't know.
But anyway, so we'll see what happens with that. We'll see if he goes to, if, in my opinion, I'm opposite of all the woke Negroes. I'm saying I would give him more respect if he did. Because that means that he has sense enough to know that's not the fight that you want. Not for something that you don't truly, really believe in.
Right.
Because he made a comment that he didn't believe in everything in the movie. So if you
truly say
if you
that,
really, that's in other words,
nobody telling him.
If they came to the NBA and said denounce Christ or you can't play, I would expect a lot of the NBA players to not say we're not playing.
We ain't playing
because that's something I truly believe in. That's my faith. That's my religion.
Okay,
I'm not denouncing Christ, which is gonna come a time.
It is where you have to. Yeah.
There is going to come. I'm hoping we're not on this. I'm not on this earth.
I don't want to be on the earth when it happens.
But it is going to come a time where they are going to say to NBA players
their faith.
If you are a Christian, you cannot play in the NBA.
And you got to sit down.
Wow. Now, that's what I would see you saying. I'm just not gonna play.
On this earth ain't even worth it.
Yeah, I'm not playing because that's something I believe in. That's something I believe in.
Yep.
So let's see. Okay. Now, if he sits down for this movie, I don't have no respect for him.
I saw the list. I wish I saw with
they have it, but I don't feel like pulling it up.
Oh, you don't know what's ever on
some
there?
Of the stuff on the list. He has denounced the movie.
Okay.
He has to say that he doesn't support it at all.
Be really vocal about that. He has clear.
He has to continue with his pledge for the $500,000 that he's going to send to the anti-hate groups.
Got it.
Or whatever.
That kind of stuff.
God, do y'all remember some of that?
That's fine. I just wanted to hear like some of it though, because I don't need the. Okay, just the fact that they
denounce.
They're giving him a list and say, hey.
They pretty much making him bow down to play.
Okay.
I'm not going to deny that. They making him bow down. They making him say, oh, I was sorry, boss.
Eyes won't do it no more.
I won't do that no more.
My name is Toby. You're right. It's not cool to get
sorry,
no
boss.
more.
I didn't know you was going to take multi-million away from me if I did this.
Yes, I'll do what
That's what they want him to do.
I'll do what you say.
Yeah. And I'm saying a smart person would do it. And in the back of their mind be like, I'm taking all this money you giving me and I'm pouring it into the community. And boy, when I retire, you're going to hear from me.
You know what? Let me make this comment right quick because I know he's these are just mentions.
They mentions and we doing a whole thing.
I know, doing a whole thing.
I know, you're right. They end up going to be a whole thing.
Things come to my mind though.
Go ahead.
A lot of times the people that's shouting and saying, yeah, man, don't you know, I wouldn't.
The broke Negroes.
You working at a company.
That's telling you what to do.
You got to wear uniform.
Yeah.
You can't do some crazy things in your
if
office.
Your hair is braided in some guys.
They trying to change that.
No, but I'm saying if it's not changing, some companies you're not coming in this boardroom with braided hair.
No, yeah, I see that.
And you make a decision.
Suits.
Do I want to work there or not?
They even told the NBA players they got to wear suits when they're getting off the bus and getting on the plane or whatever.
They've been telling them what to do.
So we got a lot of do's
and jumping through hoops.
We got do's and don'ts at our jobs, our companies. And you would think we're respecting that. We sign sometimes disclaimer. We sign waivers and everything.
You make the decision if you want to work there.
I know for when I went to work at Six Flags and I was doing the security, I was thinking my sister was going to work there, but they had already told me because my hair was, I think I had it braided, and they said your hair must be able to fit under your hat.
Exactly.
I said, well, my sister can't work there because her hair is all the way to her feet.
Exactly.
So you got to know going in
what you willing to do.
Hey, with some rules you ready to like, oh, right. I don't know about that one.
So other than that, honorable mention Kanye West, because you know I'm tired of him.
You doing this whole page of
No.
Okay.
Just these two.
Okay.
I'll kick it off and end it with Candace. I mean, I'm Tiffany. Kanye West endorses Herschel Walker.
Well, his father is
the reason why he endorses Herschel Walker, he even said why.
What's his reason?
Because Herschel Walker is pro-life. Yeah, pro-life. The man who allegedly gave two women.
That's the man.
One, his baby mama, money to get an abortion.
Well, he figures Herschel's a new man now. He's not that same man that supposedly did that.
Even though he's lying and saying that he didn't even know the woman.
It don't matter.
Oh, I get it.
Because he's a new guy now.
Oh, okay.
Just like Kanye is.
Right.
You know,
well, let's kill it. Let's just go on and knock off the whole page. Yeah. Well, and speaking of endorsements, Oprah Winfrey endorsed Fetterman. We talked about that.
That's the photo when they was all friends. Friends. This one we used to have dinner and come on.
How many of us have them? Friends.
That's what friends are for.
The ones you can depend on.
Who said in good times and bad times?
Can somebody answer me this question? Where is it ever said that Oz was Oprah's friend?
Thank you.
And just because I give you see, they don't do that to white people. If it was a white person, if the roles was reversed, and that was a white lady and a black man.
Okay.
And they said, I thought they would never think they was friends. They would say she just gave him a job or gave him his own show.
In that season, it was a way to help him get started with his career and who he is. Just because I'm helping you or help promote your career.
We have a professional connection.
A doctor.
Why am I your friend?
I'm not going to endorse you. Well, remember we talked about that episode in the episode in Living Single. You're saying as a friend.
That's where we disagree. I think as a friend,
I
I would just stay out of it. If that was my friend,
don't really feel that they are.
I wouldn't endorse somebody else. I would just leave it alone and not say
nobody
nothing.
would know you have endorsed somebody else.
Right.
But yeah, they're not friends.
Who says it? If that was a white woman and a black man, no one would even be saying that they friends.
No.
They would be like, she just hired him and got him as his own show. That doesn't mean she's connected to him but see how with black people, we have to be beholden.
Yeah.
You see that mentality? Do y'all understand that? I know y'all white people think that black people complain about everything and we say everything is racial and racist. But do y'all not see if that was reversed? Honestly, if that was a white woman and a black man, y'all would never connect them like that.
Like,
to say that's her friend.
That's your friend. You should be endorsing him.
But when it's a black person, we have to be beholden. It's like, if somebody give you a job, you got to stand with them.
Or even both of them being black.
If both of them was black, they would say,
a big one as well.
No, you're right. If he was black, they would be mad at her because if the person she endorsed was white, they would say, why are you not supporting Oz? He's black.
Yeah.
So you're right.
That was a big
race
problem
does matter
with
on
Obama.
That one too. You're right.
There were people who did not believe in the policies of Obama. But who was it that said his dad voted for him, even though the son was Republican?
Oh yeah.
But his father for many years.
I know you're talking about. Ugly Tim
waited to the day in this history.
Tim, what's his name?
Yeah.
Y'all know I'm talking about North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yeah, him.
The black guy, the only black.
And people complained.
Yeah.
You are not a Democrat.
But he didn't vote
for this black
man.
But
he didn't vote for him.
He didn't vote.
His grandfather
But his grandfather was like,
Wendy says, hello, beautiful stars.
Hey.
She says, it's the 300 dogs. Remember she was saying about Oz did a experiment or something on 300 dogs. Yeah. Oprah was very upset about those dogs.
Oh, that stayed with her then. For her to not even...
Yeah.
And Oprah was open about her endorsement with feminism.
And then she's also Democrat. So that
goes without saying.
Why would she not endorse a Democrat when they have to have that seat?
Yeah.
So
okay.
And then speaking of people not saying anything this weekend, I still haven't heard. You told me to watch this week about Tiffany Cross.
She's not nobody.
I'm still waiting.
She's not April.
I'm still waiting, guys.
She's not April.
Yeah.
April let go, they will be talking.
See?
April has probably been in there so long and made friends with the big names. If they let April go because she makes some of the comments that this lady made, they'll be fighting for her.
I haven't heard Candace Owens bobblehead say anything about Tiffany Cross being let go, because she's big on black people not being able to say what they want.
Yeah, because she got in trouble for some stuff.
Because she gets into trouble. Why we should be able to say, even though she don't agree with Tiffany, you would think she would support her being able to say whatever she wants.
I think she's in over her head right now, so she need to stay clean.
Big True say, who we talking about? Wendy says she's not big enough. They don't care. She is a black woman and she's very aggressive. They hate that. That's what Lord just said. Yeah. Her name is not. It don't have.
She was like April. What's her name? That's in the White House. Comment does the White House news.
Yeah. Tiffany Cross. Big True. That's what we talking
about. Everybody. She would probably get more people behind her on. You let April go. What's going on? And
then Wendy says Candace is concentrating Gabrielle and Dwayne. I sent you the video. Yeah, I see that. You see the picture up here. Candace thinks that Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union should be charged for child abuse because of Zaya, the daughter the son that's transgender.
Are they gonna say
into a female?
Okay.
Because of child abuse, because allowing Zaya to change the name. She said mutilate her body. I don't know if they said anything. I don't believe that he said he supports Zaya getting a sex change. When Zaya becomes, or Zaya, I may be saying it wrong, becomes 18 and an adult,
she can make that
decision on her own. But where does it say that he agrees with her getting some kind of a sex change?
The general identity and the name. That's all I heard him talk about. I didn't hear anything about surgically getting something done physically. I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know why she's bobbing her head in their business.
Yeah, that don't make sense. She's a bobblehead.
She bobbles her head in and out of people's business. And this one for me is, to me, I'm sorry, am I missing something? This is a no-brainer. Where you see abuse here?
Abuse.
I don't get it. Abuse would be, is that Zaya? If that's her name, I'm saying, if you're saying
Wendy
it wrong.
says his ex-wife thinks he's gonna do it. I'm not sure. That's where I think that's coming from, Wendy. His ex-wife is saying
is being vocal about
that because she's a Christian.
Oh.
And so she doesn't like, and I understand she's a Christian.
That's her belief.
That's her child. And her child spends time, has to spend time. And when the child goes over to the father's house, that house is all for the transgender thing.
Exactly.
But then when Zaya comes back home, she's a Christian. So she's like, no, you going to hell.
I don't want you
honestly, that's probably what she's thinking. Yeah. You going to hell, you on the wrong path. God made you a boy. He did not make you a man. I don't agree with your lifestyle. And I'm tired of Dwayne and Gabrielle supporting it.
Right.
Number one, that is the problem why people say that when you get a divorce or have to co-parent, you got two different households. That's why the Bible talks about being equally yoked. Yeah. See, God put all this stuff into play.
That's because being unequally yoked is pouring into your kids.
We have a difference of opinion on the whole lifestyle. Then you got the problem. That's true. You could be equally yoked when you first got married. Yeah. And then one can get saved. Or one can get saved or whatever. And now they think totally different.
The other one is growing in a whole different direction.
All I can say is if she's a Christian like she says she is, then she needs to pray.
What was similar
if she got a prayer life.
What was similar to this and what you're saying, a husband and wife, when I told you Sarah on The View, her husband's Jewish. And because Sarah wanted her kids to grow up understanding that Jewish heritage and not necessarily going to the synagogues, but just learning it.
Right.
He don't want, because of all the negative that the anti-Semitism and all of that. He don't even want that label on him.
Yeah.
So when you got a husband or a wife or the ex, even with the faith.
But his ex-wife,
Zaya's not doing anything.
And first of all, she has to co-sign on anything. I don't believe you can have a sex change unless the parents agree. Now, unless I'm wrong, I could be ignorant because laws change so much. I know. But unless I don't know, I'm assuming before you can get a major surgery like that, and you're underage, you have to have your parents. Now, is it one parent or can both parents?
You know what? That's a good question. And does it depend on each state? Because I know certain states, the kids underage can have an abortion.
So there you go. See? So in my opinion,
don't even have to tell the parent.
And don't even have to tell the parent.
Isn't that something like your 16-year-old, your 15-year-old, your 14-year-old have an abortion and you don't know?
And that's a major surgery to me. Ooh. I think that the parents should have to know.
Oh, wow.
So that's a good one. So we need to find out about that. We need to do more research on that, Wendy. You can help us out.
Yeah.
What's their state they're in? Mm-hmm. Can Zaya, I might be saying the name wrong, either Zaya or Zaya.
Have a sex change. Have a sex one parent approving.
First of all, with no parent approving.
Okay, that's the first one.
Or if the parent is not together, do both parents have to approve?
Have to give approval.
Have to sign off. Mm-hmm. Or can one parent sign off? Mm-hmm. Specifically in his state.
Wow.
In Dwayne Wade's state. Mm. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
But at any rate, what does that have to do with bobblehead?
The bottom line. Thank you.
The bottom line is
to do with her.
Big
bobbing her
bobblehead at the bottom. You need to take care of your own family and stay out of his family's business.
And calling it abuse.
And calling it child abuse.
You're already labeling them as child abusers.
You're child abuse. How about that? Because you're raising kids that are multicultural, that are white and black, and they're growing up with your mentality that George Floyd killed himself.
That's child abuse.
That's child abuse. What are you saying, Mommy? That the law is wrong? Is that what you're saying, Mommy? That white man that's in prison shouldn't be there?
Right.
Is that what you're saying, my little black mom?
Yep.
That he didn't, that white man in prison, police officer, he didn't kill that black man and we all saw him?
Some people would think of that as child abuse.
Is that what you're saying, bobblehead, Mommy? I'm sorry, I shouldn't call call you bobblehead, Mom.
Call your mama bobblehead.
I'm sorry, I was watching the Woods Report and they call you bobblehead.
Mama, they've been calling you bobblehead. Why, Mom?
So your child
bobble in all kinds of people's families.
And everybody's business.
Yeah. Okay.
So there you go, Miss White Lives Matter t-shirt. That's child abuse. How about that?
That's true. That's true.
How about putting that t-shirt on your child and sending them outside and they get beat up because they wearing a White Lives Matter shirt because KKK members and Nazis wear it?
Yeah.
That's child abuse. How bobblehead? Now shut up.
Is he going to give the shirts to those groups? Because they really feel White Lives
Wendy
Matter.
said that she wants them arrested. They should arrest you too. All of y'all the same. They come by in the paddy wagon, and they come by your house and pull bobblehead in. She wants Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle arrested for child abuse.
Oh, seriously? Okay, no, that's not gonna happen.
Thank you.
Candace, sorry.
And they can't use White Lives Matter because a man bought the trademark and gave it to these two black guys, and they own it. So that's why Kanye, a white man, a long time ago, he realized he's smart.
Oh,
that I don't know if he's white. I shouldn't say white. I don't know what he is.
We don't know what
he bought the trademark to White Lives Matter.
You're kidding?
Yes, long time ago,
way before all of
right when Black Lives Matter, he bought White Lives Matter.
You're kidding?
Because he didn't want anybody to use it. And he sold it to he gave it to these two black guys who have a radio channel.
Yes.
And they're pro-black. Yeah. And he gave it to them because he knew it would be in their hands and they wouldn't let anybody
manage it.
And for any amount of money, they wouldn't let it go.
So what's happening with Kanye using it?
He can't use it because those two black guys own it. So the one black guy, I think he was being funny.
Is he suing?
I don't know if he's being funny. No, they gave it to the homeless people. You saw they got rid of the shirts. They can't sell them.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's if he's for real or if he's joking.
Okay.
But they told Kanye, we'll sell you the trademark for $1 billion.
Wow, that's all his money.
Well, he don't have $1 billion anymore.
So
I don't know if they was being funny. But even if they weren't being funny, and let's say he works his way back up, because he will, Kanye's going to make billions again because people love those ugly shoes and clothes.
Okay.
And he'll put them out on his own.
Okay.
And he'll probably get some Muslim nation to put them out.
But it could still happen.
Yeah. So let's say he puts it out and he becomes a billionaire again. He buys it. They said they would take that money and pour it into the black communities, the schools and things like that.
Wow, I didn't know somebody bought the rights to that.
Let's see. Wendy says both parents or guardians must give consent. Googled it. Okay, so that answers that question. So what is she worried about?
The X shouldn't be a problem because she's never going to give consent.
Yeah, so just shut up.
That'll be Zaya, is that you say? That'll be her decision when she's of age.
Yeah, then why is she making a big deal about it?
Such a major surgery like that, she needs to be older.
And then it says when he asked for $1 billion. Yeah, so that's what I heard.
Okay.
All right, so that was our honorable mentions.
That's good.
So maybe we'll start doing that because I don't want to do a whole...
brief updates? Okay.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to do a whole thing on them.
Okay.
Just honorable mention them.
Okay.
All right, go with yours.
Politics on The View. Let's hear what Whoopi introduced in the video. Trump.
Early voters have been showing up in historic numbers. Leading up to tomorrow's midterm election, y'all took it to heart. This is your election, your time to make the decision. We're really proud that this is what Americans are doing. This weekend, the president, several ex-presidents, the actual president, made final pitch to voters. Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and Bill Clinton hit the campaign trails around the country, as did who stumped for Marco Rubio in Florida, and Dr. Oz in Pennsylvania. Take a look. They was everywhere.
We're winning big in the Republican Party for the nomination like nobody's ever seen before. Let's see, there it is, Trump at 71, Ron DeSanctimonious.
See, he brought his hat back. He had a hat that said you can only play so much before you get copyright, whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I turn it off. When you be getting all, why you turn it off? You can't just let people's things play like that.
Because the part of what he was saying.
I'm gonna come back, but you can't just let people's videos play.
Well, we play ours.
But he brought that hat back.
Right, make America great.
Remember when he was president, it said, keep America great.
Yes.
So, some of his supporters threw their hats away probably, and they had to bring them back again. All right, they didn't think he was going to get dragged out of office the first year. They probably thought he was going to do 2 years, and they was going to keep America great hat. So, all right, here we go.
At 10%.
The people of Florida are going to re-elect
the wonderful, the great friend of mine, Marco Rubio, to the United States Senate. And you're going to re-elect Ron DeSantis as your governor of your state?
I thought he went hating Ron DeSantis. Oh, he said governor.
I mean, he also said...
That was good shade, though.
And he's called him Ron the Sanctimonious. And he said 10%. He said he's at 70.
And you're going to keep Ron DeSantis as your governor? Yeah! That's
he ain't running for president.
Yeah.
Alyssa and them, they hit the nail on the head. This man, I think he's shaking in his boots.
Wendy says he's supposed to announce his presidency run tonight.
He's shaking in his boots with DeSantis. You say DeSantis is Terminator 2. He is Terminator 2. And they all had their views on this, but I think a few of them are like, you go back and forth because like the guest that they had come on later, Nicole Wallace, she feels like it's like two tarantulas spiders in the thing together.
Okay.
Who's going to fight each other?
If DeSantis and Trump were two tarantulas and they were in a jar, DeSantis will beat Donald Trump down because he don't play. He don't play fair, and Donald Trump is a moron.
Yeah.
That's the difference. DeSantis will be using anything he can in that jar to get him, where Donald Trump would just be looking at him like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then DeSantis smacks him across the head, and he go, "Why'd you hit me?" Then DeSantis hit him again. He go, "Why? We on the same team." Then DeSantis puts him in a headlock and pins him down.
Well, Alyssa was saying he is a superstar in the GOP right now, DeSantis.
So
it would be interesting. But Sarah did talk about something that my mom had brought up as far as there are a number of Republicans that are jumping ship with Trump.
Who?
They're jumping the ship, not supporting him openly. And Alyssa was thinking there are a lot of politicians who are currently in place. They don't want Trump. They don't want Trump back in there. So his numbers are dwindling down.
Yeah.
But we don't know, like Nicole was saying, you don't know when people go to those polls and booths or whatever, how they're going to vote.
Right.
We're just kind of speculating. We're looking at polls and we're looking at the flow of the audience and getting a feel. Alyssa was just saying as well, they are feeling the strength of DeSantis more so than Trump.
Because DeSantis is Trump 2.0. He's worse than Trump.
My mama said that supposedly Oz is just...
Oz didn't want him there.
He didn't want him there.
Oh, really?
She said he's distancing himself from Trump. Think about this, you guys.
Remember Herschel Walker said that.
If more and more people do that, and when the time comes to vote for the election in 2024, who's to say? Trump, we don't want you no more.
But here's the thing. Do you really want DeSantis over Trump?
Here's the thing.
He's worse.
The worst of the two evils. But I'd rather have somebody who has a law degree, who kind of knows what he's doing as far as politics.
No, I don't.
I don't want no Trump in there. DeSantis has some issues too.
Trump is a guy that can't get no love from me.
So
when you say I don't want no Trump.
I don't want no Trump.
Here's the thing. I never thought I would live to say this. I would vote Trump.
Would you?
Over DeSantis?
What's your
DeSantis
concern?
is worse. At least Trump is a moron. At least a moron, you can tease him for the whole 4 years. DeSantis is gonna get in there and be like changing stuff big time. You talking about affirmative action? Oh, all that stuff is off the table.
Granted, yes, there's some pros and cons to both.
All the schools will be stripped of history books,
and then everything LGBTQ will be.
LGBTQ. Florida is done. Y'all can forget about the whole nation. He's gonna come after y'all and women.
I'm sure
Trump
is saying there's good on both sides.
Right. DeSantis would never say that.
My best friends are gay.
But see, DeSantis would never say there's good on both sides. DeSantis would say there's evil on that side and good on this side.
But think about this.
That's why I said the two evils.
I know. The lesser of the two evils.
Is Trump.
Yeah.
Over DeSantis.
But think about it this way too. How many people in the country are conservative, even in their views, like DeSantis? That's the problem as well.
It don't matter.
That's a larger number than these knuckleheads who don't like blacks and Jews.
Wendy said, mute his voice, Trump. All the people in the world, and these are the two only morons defined to run. And bite your tongue, Kim. Yes. I know, Wendy. But I'm telling y'all.
Pence, maybe Cheney.
Think about it, y'all. Think about it. Y'all take the personal out of it.
Okay.
Because we despise both of them.
What would be more open?
But at least Trump is a moron.
Not hurt. Who would be more or less of
the less deadly one? The less deadly one, and I know y'all hate it, is Trump.
He still got personal confidential files at his house.
And he'll be spending 4 years trying to figure out how to stay out of prison. DeSantis, I'm telling y'all, he don't have to worry about that.
So Terminator 2 is
Terminator 2 is worse.
Do you want Liz Cheney?
Well, Liz Cheney don't have a chance.
She don't have a good, strong following. I mean, a lot of people probably would vote. They'll split the votes like they did last time.
But who would be the one? Who would be the Republican nominee?
I don't know.
See, I'd say I would rather, and I know
There's
y'all
pros
hate
and cons. You're right.
I know y'all hate it, but I don't know. I
probably makes you sit and go, wow.
I know y'all can't stand me to say it, but Trump.
Wow.
Because his people are so ridiculous that people have been able to identify them.
Who's to say, Kim, that people are distancing themselves like Oz?
No, those are just like Wendy. How you don't like Oz? He's more frightening than Trump. You see what I'm saying? You see how you said about the 300 dogs? The guys like Oz and DeSantis and them, they're worse than him.
At least
than Trump. Because Trump is he's just, what's the word?
Naive?
Puffed up. It's no substance.
Narcissist.
There's no substance to him.
Okay.
You know what he wants. It's money and being known and being in the limelight.
Love me.
Make sure my makeup is good. But the ones like you saying, Oz and DeSantis, those are the ones you got to watch because they're smart men. They're not puffed up and just want to be in front of the camera.
It's so funny.
No, they got substance.
I don't know why I thought of this when you said that because you may be onto something as far as the analogy of Terminator 2 with DeSantis. Well, remember Terminator 2 when you would split them up and break them down and the little pieces would come back together again. You couldn't break them down.
The only way you could get rid of Terminator 2 was you had to totally destroy him. Because he was too good. He was better.
Yes.
And the woman was worse. The Terminator 3.
Yes.
So I'm saying as far as Wendy's saying, it's like saying, what would you rather eat, poop or urine? Drink urine. If I had to choose,
which one is poop?
Would you rather eat poop?
What's considered poop though?
I think poop, in my opinion, is
DeSantis.
I think poop is Trump.
Why?
No, you're right. DeSantis is poop. Because I'd rather drink my own urine than to eat poop.
Oh, that's so sad. How we sound like if somebody was to cue in on our show. And they'll say, what the Wood sisters talking about, eating poop and drinking urine?
That's Wendy's fault, because she brought that up. They threw it right in the moment. Right in the moment. Like that scary movie. But it was a scary movie.
Yes.
But I would rather do the
lesser
urine.
of the two evils. But I do see your point with the Trump. He don't really have a clue on half the stuff.
Poop has substance.
Ooh.
Just answered your question. I'd rather drink urine than eat poop. Poop has substance. DeSantis is poop.
I know we all probably feel like they both are.
You asked me the question. If I'm on a stranded island and it's all salt water around, I'll go ahead and drink it.
Just drink my own pee.
Yeah. Ooh, but poop has substance to it.
Sad.
That's DeSantis. All right, y'all.
Okay.
So that was it?
Yeah, that was it.
So we'll see how this goes. We'll see if he announces it tonight, like Wendy was saying, that he's going to run. I think he is. He's already putting himself out like he's going to run. So we know he's going to run.
Because he said his percentage when he was using what is it?
DeSantis.
No, sanctimonious.
Oh,
10%.
Yeah, he knows.
About what did he say? 75% or something. He just already sees himself above.
So Nancy Pelosi said, "I never thought it would be Paul." Nancy Pelosi reveals how she first heard her husband had been attacked. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi revealed how she got the news that her husband Paul had been attacked.
Oh, I bet her heart was just hurting.
Telling CNN's Anderson Cooper that she was very scared when there was a knock on the door from Capitol Police. Pelosi said in her first sit-down interview since the attack that she had been asleep in Washington, D.C. after getting in the night before from San Francisco when her doorbell rang early in the morning. I look up, I see it's 5 a.m. They must be at the wrong apartment, she told Cooper after he asked where she was when she got the news. Pelosi went on to say that the doorbell rang again, and then she heard bang, 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 bang on the door. So I run to the door, and I'm very scared, Pelosi said, describing what unfolded. I see the Capitol Police, and they say, we have come to talk to you. Pelosi described how her thoughts went immediately to her children and her grandchildren. And I'm thinking, my children, oh, my grandchildren. I never thought it would be Paul because, I knew he wouldn't be out and about.
Yeah.
She said, and so they came in at that time. We didn't even know where he was, she said. Then the violent attack on Paul Pelosi has raised fresh concerns over threats of political violence driven by partisan animosity and increasingly hostile political rhetoric, and highlighted the potential vulnerability of lawmakers and their families in the current political climate. Isn't that something? He was attacked with a hammer.
I guess you would think your kids, your grandchildren.
Because Paul's not out there.
Not your husband.
And then you would never think somebody would come to your house.
Yes. Because they usually don't when she's there. They wouldn't try because all the security she has.
It says Nancy Pelosi also indicated that the attack on her husband will factor into her decision about her own political future after the midterm elections.
That's going to
make her sit down.
Wasn't that the plan?
That was the plan. They wanted to run her out of office, and they did.
Yeah, that's sad.
Because now she's got to think, is this worth my family? Because let's say they do say the spouses can get protection. Mm-hmm. Her kids can't. Her grandkids can't.
Because if somebody hates what she does or any rules she makes, they'll come after the children.
And the political climate is so bad right now that people are saying, is it even worth running for office?
That's what Whoopi was saying today about that Carrie Lace person.
Yeah.
She said, of all people, she's a news reporter. And then she's running for office. How dare she make comments about Pelosi's husband? If you got people who are on TV and the news media, politicians making these comments, what knuckleheads at home gonna sit there and go, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm going to beat him in the head.
But isn't it sad that people don't even want to run for office because they're afraid that their families are going to be attacked?
Yeah.
It's gotten that bad in the political climate. And I'm sorry to tell, everybody's concentrating on all these other things that's going on with Elon Musk and Kyrie and Kanye. And there's a big election tomorrow. And people don't realize that we already know that a lot of people that are running are going to say that it was fixed.
Yeah. Nicole Wallace, that was on The View. She said that. She says the plan is.
The plan is. So our democracy is up tomorrow.
Yeah.
The very thing that our country hinges on, that separates us, we always say, well, we're a democratic country and we're this and that. And America won't be able to say that after tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize how important that is.
That's why Sarah said that's her number one. Sarah was saying as far as the priorities of what we go in to vote for, she said number one for her is not the abortion. Number one for her is not inflation. Number one for her is not crime. It is election deniers. That messes up the whole foundation of what we do in this country.
That keeps coups from happening. That keeps storming the Capitol. Because what's going to happen? And see, a thing with America, and I think it's because, and it's sad, but it's true. I think God has had a covering over America. And America has a false sense of security and a false sense of, we don't know what it's like to be in countries that have not democratic.
Yes.
Or where the leaders are taken out because a group of people don't want you there. And then those same group of people target the people who voted to put that person in office.
So it's not just the leadership that they tear down and throw down. Everybody that supported that leadership that they don't want in office. We're going towards that.
I don't think people realize that.
They don't.
And they don't realize because it's not dressed up in entertainment. It's not dancing across the stage so it doesn't get our attention. It's not on the football field or the basketball field. So democracy. So what has to happen, and I hate to say it, the Bible even talks about it. What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Is that it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
So what has to happen?
So
and I
prophetically, this is leading up into that.
Tomorrow.
It's kind of
so this is how I prepare myself for it. I make sure that I know who I am in Christ. I make sure that I know where God hear his voice and what he wants for my life. And then I make sure that that's it. Everything else is up for grabs. And when it's time to go, it's time to go. Be ready to go, and wherever you're supposed to go, go.
That's true.
When you leave this earth, whether you feel like you're going to heaven or wherever you feel like you're going.
You be reincarnated.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Because once that democracy is knocked down and people stop believing in the government and stop supporting elections.
All of these what do you call it? Conspiracy theories and stuff.
See, you can protect people more on a national level, but we're talking about mayors, governors,
local areas,
lieutenant governors, congressmen.
It was our
dog catcher. All of that. They're gonna be taking. You didn't win.
That's running for governor in our state. He got threatened. They found the guy. Right? Wasn't he on the news, Ma? The guy that tried to hurt Bailey that's running for governor?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they're coming out. They're lashing out.
And that's on both sides.
Both sides.
That's extreme groups on the liberal side.
On both sides.
That they never talk about. They only talk about the ones on the
and who stands
on the right
on the
side.
grass of the governor in Michigan? Her yard. You going out, you got to do this to go out. Secret Service.
But there's extreme on both sides.
On both sides. And that's what Sarah was saying.
That's why I don't belong to either party.
I didn't like the fact that on that one conversation they had with Sonny was making pointing the blame.
No, Sonny needs to stop that.
And don't do that as far as even with Trump. Let's just say, for sake of argument, when Trump was in office, what was done in the dark came to light.
Whether you liked him,
always there.
Whether you liked him or not, you don't threaten him, you don't thrieten his family, you don't storm the Capitol.
Exactly. And Sarah said on both sides.
On both sides.
None of this.
You don't riot in the streets. They was rioting in the streets. The people on the Democrat side rioting in the streets.
Rioting in the streets. And we said
burning churches and burning stuff down because you don't like the Republican Party and you didn't like the conservatives.
Or that overturned law or that rule that you made or you can't do this no more. I don't like that.
All of it is coming.
Burn the Capitol down.
So that's what's up for tomorrow. So make sure y'all realize that.
So be prayerful at least. That's the thing too. Is God's people really praying? Like we should.
No, but he said that's what's going to happen.
My people who are called by my name.
Yep.
He's talking about his people.
Yep.
Not the people that's not his people.
Yep.
Would humble themselves and pray. Seek my face. Turn from their wicked ways. Then will I hear from heaven. I will forgive their sins and heal their land. Our land needs healing.
Well, we'll see.
So we'll see.
We'll see if baby people on both sides will come together and pray. Or do they feel
whatever political side you're on, the main side is the God.
Well, let's see if that happens. I think politics supersedes your faith.
It should.
It does, though.
It should, yeah.
It shouldn't. I'm talking about as far as politics shouldn't supersede your faith.
Yeah, you worded it.
And I think that politics does.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant to say.
It does. Because people will say, oh, well, if you're pro-choice, you're not saved. See?
Yeah.
You're putting politics into my faith.
Your faith, yeah.
So politics has superseded faith.
Faith. Thank you.
And it's sad.
It is.
Wendy said there's only one Republican I would vote for, and that's Liz Cheney.
Okay.
So it's a couple of them I would vote for on local levels and stuff.
I don't have a problem with Pence, to be honest. Pence needs a
Pence is
stronger
stale,
backbone.
but yeah.
But we know his stance on his faith.
Exactly. And we know he doesn't believe in coups.
You know what?
All right. Kathy Griffin suspended from Twitter for impersonating Elon Musk.
I laughed.
She changed her profile picture to Elon Musk and her name to Elon Musk.
Okay.
So he got mad and canceled not just her, but anybody who has his picture and his name in their thing. You're out of here.
That's starting right now with the control that he has.
I thought he said was freedom of speech. And that's not impersonating you.
He's
Everybody knows that's not really your account. They know that's Kathy Griffin's account.
That's why. You know what this reminds me?
Thought he was for freedom of speech.
Christians, let's think about this. Isn't that little bit of how he just behaved, don't that remind you of Antichrist?
Thank you.
The Antichrist. Take this off. Put that law down. Get those people. Shoot those people. Turn these houses around. They're in control. One person.
Yep.
This knucklehead makes the decision.
Yep. Firing people left and right.
Too much power.
If somebody don't agree with you, they gotta go.
Too much power.
All of that. And I like Elon Musk, but Elon Musk is a narcissist.
Yes. He can wake up one day and go,
yeah. But what he's finding out is he's beholden to advertisers.
Yeah.
Because if they pull out, he's done.
I wish they would come together and do that.
Well, they are. They
to show him that he's not in control.
They are. They pulling out.
Okay.
He tried to shame them to come back and like saying, if you pull out, I'm going to post to all my millions and millions of people, about your products or whatever. And they still pulling out. They're like, dude, Nike don't care. Hit us with what you got. We got Jordan shoes.
It seems like everybody. Don't you notice that everybody? It seems like the pocketbook is what hit.
The pocketbook.
So you got to see who's in control of the pocketbooks.
That pocketbook.
Because you even said on both sides. You got the advertisers making the big money, the organizations like the NRA making the big money, but the people, because we're so divided, we don't know the strength and power we have as the consumer. Oh my God, if we all knew, like we used to do back in the civil rights days when they would boycott.
Yeah.
That power the people had. We need to get back to that.
So Wendy says, can you see the comment above this one? I see, the police should have grabbed a hammer and hit him with a hammer in front of the police before they got the hammer. Yeah, they should have.
Because Wendy, the police can't do that because they have to videotape everything. But
what happened is they showed up. He didn't hit him until the police showed up.
Wow.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
The police showed up and he was holding them. And then the police was telling him to let him go. And then he took the hammer and hit him.
He hadn't hit him yet.
He
needed somebody to witness it?
No, he just was crazy. It's a nutty bug. You trying to get a sense of a nutty bug?
Yeah.
Twitter has suspended comedian Kathy Griffin for impersonating the company's new owner, Elon Musk. Griffin appeared to be the first celebrity to lose her tweeting privileges after a wave of prominent users impersonating Musk over the weekend, with the goal of underscoring potential flaws in the social media company's plans for a revised verification system. Musk has made an $8 Twitter subscription plan. I told you. His signature bid to booster the company's revenue. Mm-hmm. The new plan was hastily rolled out over the weekend before the company ultimately decided to delay the service until after the midterms. Mm-hmm. I told you he's going to make it where if you want to get a mark, you pay $8 a month. And that's his way of replacing those advertisers. Because there's millions of people. But what he doesn't understand, again, the whole purpose of getting, why don't you get a pillow? Like I got. Go get a pillow.
It's not what pillows needed. I just need to stretch my leg.
Oh. What he doesn't understand is the whole purpose of the check mark is the prestige.
Yes.
So if any Joe Blow can buy one, that's not prestigious.
What they talk about. Yes, anybody can buy that.
So that's not prestigious.
He need to try.
See, he thinks he knows everything.
Mr. Control Man, come on.
But who? I can't say.
Try again.
I can't say who's at his company not telling him that because he'll fire you if you said that.
Okay.
He would fire somebody if they said, but. The whole point is the prestige. If you just let anybody have it, then it won't have no prestige. Get out of here. I don't know who is that guy at the end of the table.
Dismiss him. He's like the mean kings back then when the person didn't just.
This is the guy you work for in the boardroom, and you just there for the coffee and the and the bagel.
Mm-hmm. And you so scared you walking on ice.
And if you do say something, it's so ridiculous or so in his favor that he won't fire you.
He had a pastor like that back in the day.
Yeah.
He let go of some of his elders that spoke.
And your kickback to him won't be a real kickback.
He had to have yes men around him.
Right. But your kickback, you got to be a kickback person too. Because he don't want to identify you as a yes person. Oh. So how I would treat him is I would be there eating my bagel and my coffee. Mm-hmm. And then he'll say, Kim, what do you think about the $8? And I would say, I don't want you to think I'm a yes person. And he'll go, no, tell me what you really think if you don't like it. And everybody in the room knows he don't really mean that. Uh-huh. I would say, I think it's a good idea. Honestly, Elon, I think you need to charge more. I think it should be $12.
But still.
And then he'll argue back with me. No, Kim, you're too harsh. I think $8 is good enough. I think people wouldn't pay $12. All right, Elon, you're the boss. So you wouldn't
put the real reason.
No, I would tell him that I would make him still think he's brilliant.
$8 is not going.
But I'm kicking back. You see what I'm saying? He'll think I'm brilliant, just like him. But he'll think I'm too harsh.
Who has time for that?
Well, I'm just saying.
If you got time to play games like that with this man and working with him and being his supposedly yes man.
Wendy says, I would say, what is the $8 for? It's not for you. And they'll pick you up by your shirt, Wendy, and they'll take you out.
Be gone.
You and your donut and your bagel. Make sure you, because you're Wendy, and I'm taking you out the boardroom.
Okay. So you got to play games with this.
You got to play games with him.
That's wrong.
So you had to tell him that it's a brilliant idea. I think $8 is too little. I think you should charge more. And he'll kick back and say that I don't like that. That's too much.
Let's keep the $8.
Let's keep the $8. But I'll still keep my job. I'll still keep my job.
But we all know the real truth behind that is that any kind of money will be paid, and it's not a prestige.
Or you could come back and say something like, I hate to disagree with you because I know you don't want yes people. And he'll go, yeah, tell me what you think.
Okay.
I don't, honestly, Elon, I think we need to just make the whole mark a whole nother color. Why does it have to be a blue mark? I think it should be a black mark, or it should be the person can choose the color of the mark that they want. You got to stay with them in the way, but kick back with them again.
Lord have mercy.
All right.
Okay.
Wendy, why do we need to pay the $8? What is it for? Dumb. So a check mark. That's it. The minute that your account is verified.
She's saying, is that why she's asking what's the purpose of the $8 is what he told
When you have a check mark now, it means your account is verified.
Right.
But they only do it for the most prestigious accounts or people who are, have a large following or something like that. Mm-hmm. He's saying anybody should be able to do it, and they could just pay $8 a month.
Charge them in that elite group.
Right.
Okay.
So that's what he's saying. And a lot of celebrities are leaving because they don't, they don't care.
That's what Whoopi said.
Yeah, Whoopi's leaving.
I have nothing to do with
they don't
Twitter
care
anymore.
Yeah, they don't care. All right. So Candace Owens, we already talked about that.
Okay.
This was the tweet that started her saying that. Good morning. This is her tweet. Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union are child abusers, pretending to love your children while encouraging them to mutilate their bodies via irreversible therapies and cosmetic procedures should warrant prison time. That was her good morning. Everybody have a good day. You see that? Christian, good morning. Hate. Everybody have a good day.
You know who needs to come at her and probably will if it's known that she's making comments like, parents of kids who are having the same. Remember, because Dwayne wants his daughter to be a poster girl for kids who feel the way she does. So you think about every parent, every family member who feels that way with their child or their niece or their nephew or whatever, who is going through the same struggle. Candace has pretty much told everybody that they are child abusers, just like she's saying to Dwayne and Gabrielle. So be careful when you do a statement like that, because it becomes a blanket statement. Because there are other people who are having the same situation that Dwayne, his daughter's having,
exactly.
His son. Yeah. So shut up, Candace. It's going to come. You're going to be back in front of the Capitol again, in front of the Senate, trying to give justification why you're making these comments.
And this is Kanye's friend.
Whatever.
All right. Donkey of the day.
Yes.
You always want to end with donkey of the day.
Got to.
A gunman says the armed robbery. Oh, this is from Charlemagne.
Okay.
On the Breakfast Club. He does the donkey of the day.
Yes.
Gunman says the armed robbery was a joke. Detectives say it was real. Deputies are investigating a bizarre armed robbery in Cherokee County. a masked and hoodie man walked into the Smoke Stars vape shop, on Thursday. Surveillance video shows him pointing the gun at the clerk, demanding specific vape products. Then, oddly, he starts laughing, pulls his mask off, and walks out without taking anything. The Cherokee County Sheriff's investigators posted his image on social media and with help from the public and school police identified him as 18-year-old Brandon McMahon. He was taken into custody at Woodstock High School on Friday afternoon. Sheriff officials say McMahon said it was a joke for a YouTube video, but detectives didn't buy it. There's no other person there with him. Hold on, we'll say why he got the donkey. There's no other person with him. So usually if you're doing a YouTube, isn't somebody filming you?
Yes.
That's one. No one was videotaping him. Number two.
His camera up, right?
Number two. He doesn't even have a YouTube channel.
Oh my God. Crazies is coming out.
Something like that happens. Not only could the clerk shoot him, what if the clerk had a gun and thought he was a bystander? Protecting the clerk could have got him.
Yes.
But again, detectives don't believe it was a social media prank. They believe it was a real crime with a case of cold feet.
Yes.
This wasn't his mask off and took his mask off. Solomon said who could have had cold feet and walked out with the mask on, and nobody would have known he was.
Nobody would have never known.
All right, here we go. This was an actual armed robbery that he changed his mind about during the act and tried to downplay it and leave the scene.
He could have left his mask on. We would have never known who he was. Because the clerk would have been like, whew, that was a close call. He didn't take anything. He just left. But no. Ta-da!
Detectives say McMahon had claimed it was an airsoft gun, but after a search of his home, investigators found a .35 Magnum that they believe was used in the crime.
Okay.
McMahon is charged with criminal attempt to commit armed robbery. Let's put this bozo up.
Oh my goodness.
So that's wrong on so many levels.
We would have never known who he was if he kept his mask on.
He had cold feet. He went in there.
Oh my God.
And he wanted to rob the place. He got cold feet. Maybe the Holy Spirit spoke to him or something and said, that's wrong. Don't do that. No, take your mask off. That was God. God probably was talking to him. God was probably talking to him, and in mid-sentence, so he was robbing the place, right? And the Holy Spirit said, Brandon, and he went,
yes,
is that
Lord.
you, God?
Yes.
Brandon, you know you're better than this, Brandon. I don't want you to do this, Brandon. Brandon.
You know what, Kim?
Brandon, hold on, Brandon, don't do this.
I got another side to that.
Brandon, don't do this. And he said, all right, God. No, Brandon, Brandon, don't take your mask off.
No.
Brandon, I never told you.
No.
Brandon, I never told you to take your mask off. Brandon, you could have just walked out, Brandon.
No. Listen to my side.
What's your side?
Because God said he got cold feet, so he was probably being convicted, like you said. And God says, you need help, take the mask off.
Ooh.
Because we need to see your face and people need to know this young man needs help.
I don't think that.
I think God just highlighted.
I think God was
keep the mask on. They'll never know.
I think God was in mid-sentence.
I don't think so. Because that store clerk is nervous and hurt. God don't do that.
God was getting ready to tell him, Brandon, lower the gun, Brandon, and walk out. But Brandon didn't wait till the end of the message. Brandon went when God said, don't do that, Brandon. Okay. And he said, you right. No, Brandon.
No.
So now, hold on.
Let everybody know that it was me. I messed
up.
I messed up.
I think going forward, God knows that with Brandon, he has to say the ending of what he wants him to do first.
No.
He has to come to Brandon and say, Brandon. And Brandon go, what? Don't take your mask off.
You know it. No.
Calm down, Brandon.
He's talking.
But I want Brandon. I don't want you to take your mask off.
No.
But what I want you to do is lower the gun.
No. Because God's gonna talk to him while he in jail. That's where he's gonna get set free. He's gonna be sitting in jail, going, "Oh Lord, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that." Okay, where's he's gonna go and learn that?
He said, "You need to learn my voice, son." That wasn't me talking. That's a good one too, Brandon. That's probably the devil. That's you, Brandon. Don't do it. Don't do it, Brandon. Brandon, take your mask off. So everybody can see. He had the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. And the angel said, "No, Brandon,
no. He's getting talked to. He's getting a spiritual awakening in jail as we talk, as we're speaking. Thank you."
And the sad thing about it is there's real criminals in jail. He got to go to jail with real criminals.
He will learn in that jail cell not to ever do this again. I tell you that.
No, he's the laughingstock. So 2 things is either going to happen to Brandon. Brandon is either going to become a better criminal going to jail, because we know that most guys, when they go to prison, a lot of them become better criminals because they don't really do a lot of rehab.
It's real sad, though.
Or the second thing is he going to get beat up on and
I don't know. He may have a jail prison ministry.
All right, we'll see.
That's a good one, though. Because I don't think I would tell him not to. Don't take your mask off. We don't want nobody to see you.
Even if it's cold feet, why would you take your mask off?
No, he could have literally walked out of there with nobody touching him.
And the police wouldn't have did nothing because he didn't
do anything.
He didn't hurt anybody.
And they would never know who he was. Boy, you messed up.
So he got the donkey of the day.
That's the donkey of the year. Oh,
I don't know.
God.
Somebody will do something dumber.
Yeah, that's true.
We still got the elections tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, let's see. What do we got here? Wendy, she better get her mouth out of Gabrielle's business. I've met her before. She's no joke. Ooh, you talking about bobblehead Candace? I hope Gabby goes after her. Yeah, you're right, Gabrielle Union don't play.
She's vocal.
She is vocal.
She may say something.
And she'll also dig up stuff on you.
And
say, did you want to talk about this, Candace? Gabby don't play. You're right. She don't play. She don't take the high road, like we were saying with Michelle Obama saying.
She's more vocal than Dwayne.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Wendy. I ain't gonna say that word. Yes, he may end up being somebody's you know what while he's in jail. Yeah, because he's a moron. Yeah. So let's pray for Brandon, y'all. I don't know about Brandon. He seems like he might be
had
a good
last
guy,
minute moment, boy.
Maybe he got cold feet, and maybe this isn't the life for him, and he decided at the last minute that he didn't want
person to really.
Yeah. Because some people would just go in and just shoot everybody and take whatever they want,
take all the money.
So let's pray that he learns from this. If this is his first, and also too, we got to look at history. They look at that.
Yeah.
If this is his first time or whatever, he may get probation or he'll get a whole bunch of stuff before, because
we don't know what he's done.
Because most judges is not going to be like, I want to send him to prison so he can become a worse prisoner.
Exactly.
A worse criminal.
Yeah.
So
I'm
let's
curious
see.
to his background.
Let's see.
Okay. Like if he's done this before, shame on you.
Yeah.
If you've done this before, you actually went through it.
Yeah. So, and you just got cold feet on this one.
Exactly.
So we don't know enough of Brandon.
Okay.
We do know he's a moron, though. With this particular thing.
Taking your mask off.
They said Twitter is now being overwhelmed with the M word. Yes. Yeah, it is. Well, since Elon took control of it.
I don't know, Elon. You need some help, man.
Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. So that's our hour. We got to start cutting it earlier because we want to start I want to start uploading on podcast channels, and I don't want to go over an hour.
Yeah, that's too long.
No, plus you pay for extra. I don't want to pay extra. Yeah. You pay for each minute you go over.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So we had ultimately, when we started this show, we wanted to do a podcast and just upload our video, not video, what is it? Audio, as a podcast. So we're going to start doing that. Okay. But we got to stick within that time frame. So we'll start chiseling out like around 50 minutes.
Okay.
That gives us 10 minutes to close up.
Okay.
Are you going to do a longer show election night? Oh, I don't know. We might even go live. I'll text you, Wendy, if we do something different. Yeah, other than our 4 o'clock.
That is truly going to be a night to.
And we also going to start working in. I keep telling y'all, once I'm going to have my cousin come over here. He's younger, and figure out how people can call in and then we bring you guys up on the screen because you guys are like our co-hosts. Mm-hmm. So we have to figure that out. Okay. We'll figure that out when this is all new to us. Y'all saw us from the beginning. Mm-hmm. We was literally shooting on the phone. Mm-hmm. So we moved up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Now we can show photos of who we're talking about.
Right. We'll even get better than that. Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So that was it. When he says, okay. And we'll have y'all call in. Because you guys, some of y'all are regulars. Mm-hmm. And you would just call in or I think y'all do it on y'all computer. And you have to have an avatar or you have to show yourself.
Oh, so okay. Kind of like what Larry Reed does.
Yeah, what other people are doing now.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Okay.
Thanks for people starting off with us at the beginning. Mm-hmm. I'll let you know, Wendy. I'll text you.
And one of my...
If we do live, you know what? It may depend on what's going on as we watching. Mm-hmm. If people start acting crazy and there's some craziness going
and Wendy,
on,
you watch,
we might go live.
You watch us. Tell her what's her name said today about me not...
Oh, yeah. We ran into somebody and they told her they watched the show.
Criticism.
And they told her Lenore needs to look at the camera
more. I don't
more.
look at the camera enough. I thought I do.
Yeah, she said you need to talk to the people more.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, with those
if I'm not doing that, I'm sorry. Because I know she said I rub my eyes a lot and mess with my hair.
So we'll see. She says check your P.O. box. Yes, we will check our P.O. box Thursday. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying why, but you said not to say nothing.
Okay.
So we'll check it Thursday. All right, y'all. So anything else?
I just made sure I looked at the camera this time.
Go out and vote tomorrow if you haven't already voted. Mm-hmm. Again, our democracy is up for grabs tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You will never please everybody. Wendy telling you that.
I know.
So
I mean, I'm trying to receive constructive criticism because this person said it in love, and they was just noticing that.
Right.
But I'm thinking, I thought I look at the camera when I do. I mean, there are times I kind of look down and read something.
Right.
And I'm trying.
But you do need to look at the camera more, probably.
Okay.
That's probably what she was saying.
Okay.
Terry, I told Terry who was gonna say her name.
Yeah, Terry.
Told her who was gonna say her name.
But I'll try.
I told her ahead of time I was gonna say her name, so it's not like we just
put
throwing
you
her
on
name.
blast.
We didn't say what Terry. We know a million Terrys. Mm-hmm. Okay. But all right, y'all. Okay. All right, y'all. So that was it. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Mm-hmm. Wendy says you're fine, Lenore.
Thank you, Wendy.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Mm-hmm. Make sure you visit our channel with our items that we sell. That's a good way to support the channel. Mm-hmm. And always believe.
Always believe.
And that was another Woods Report. See you later.